All right, so I have the mental picture and idea of the build I want to do on this car. So we will be using the single cam. I pulled off some stuff and then I realized that the guy that had this chassis before I got it had this car for well over 13 years. It ran and drove previously, not under the power of the single cam, but it had another single cam in it. He took that motor out, put it in another hatchback that I had bought. But irregardless, Rob had gave me this idea of building a, period correct old school car. And then I got to thinking, I pulled off a lot of stuff on this car. Some of the stuff over there, like the ground control springs that are just like the coilover bodies that go over the, regular shocks and stuff like that. It had a lot of old school stuff inside, a lot of old gauges, things like that. This car used to have an Integra dash, and I was like, man, I'm gonna do a full color change on the car, but he got me thinking about that old school period correct build, and I'm like, man, I could do that very easily with this car because obviously nothing is on it. I have a lot of old school parts that I have accumulated over some of the cars that we've torn apart and haven't sold yet. So I'm thinking that this will probably be that car that I can do that with. So I started on it, started cleaning up the engine bay. It's not going to stay green, but I had to get all the dirt off. So started getting all the dirt off, pulled out the subframe. I'm going to go get that cleaned up. I'm going to get the rack cleaned up. I'm going to start getting ready to do the interior. So I'm going to dry ice the sound deadening up here, get that stuff up there, and then I'm going to get it prepped up, and I'm going to paint the inside, and I'm going to paint the engine bay, and then I'll leave the outside to a professional, because I am not a professional by any means, but I know I can make at least those two items look good. So if you're following along, and I'm hoping that I can, gain some followers from this that want to see a hatchback get kind of built to a period correct car, early 2000s. Obviously no body kit, none of that kind of crap, but we're gonna keep it old school. We're gonna use like the old ground control coils, just some of that stuff that you would see back in the early 2000s, that we would do. So that's something that you're interested in. I definitely want to make more content. It's very hard for me to do it by myself, but I'm going to try to appease as many people with the amount of content that I can make. And if you guys have any suggestions or things that you want to see along the way, obviously, getting the stuff painted and all that, I would be happy to try to, get that going. So anyways, just thought I'd share that. I hope everyone's having a great week, and follow along for the single cam period correct build. Later.